Hello, friends. Welcome. So today I have some of these little notes here. I was going through the garage and I found a bunch of these little notes and letters we used to write in high school with my friends. And yeah, it was just such a fun find, and I thought I'd share it with you all. And I even thought maybe this is a great thing to like recreate and maybe add to your journals or send for happy mail. Sorry, I said happy mail. And yeah, so I just wanted to share a couple of these with you. Like I said, I was going down memory lane here, and yeah, it brought back some really good memories of when me and my friends used to share these through the hallways. Like I said, so this was before text messaging, right? Before you text message your friends, we used to actually write letters to each other, um, and then just like pass them to each other in the hallways, or slip them in a locker and what have you. And so this one is funny. It's from a friend, my friend Kai, and I think I was asking her like, "Oh, do you want to go to the pizza shop after school?" And she was like, "Yeah, I don't think my mom will allow me to go too late, so um, we'll have to go like right after and whatnot." So I thought that was cute, and yeah, like I said, this is what we used to do right before text messaging a friend, and it was just really fun, and it brought back some really good fun memories. And this is like an origami type fold, right? So there's so many of these that you can do, right? So many different kind of folds here, really fun ones, and little different creative little notes and ways of using this instead of just writing like a plain letter, right? Or just like folding it in half and just putting it in an envelope, right? So this is just another fun way of sending or writing a letter to someone. Um, so I'm going to show you this kind of fold. I'm not going to show you all of these, but this is one that I thought was really fun with this little pull tab here in the front. And you can pretty much just create and do whatever you want with these. And I just wanted to show you how to recreate something like this with the little pull tab in the front. And yeah, I thought this was like really fun. And so I wanted to share that. You can do so many different things with this, and like I said, add it to your book. And I'm going to show you towards the end of the video how I add this to my journal. And yeah, different little techniques and ways that we can use these. And when you're doing these origami folds, you kind of want to use thin paper. So here's one that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this heart. This is a super easy origami heart that you can make. And when you're doing these, you don't want to use thick paper. Like this pink one was like some cardstock, and it's a little more difficult to fold and play around with, right? I mean, you can put like little treats in there and do all kinds of different things with them, but yeah. And so like here I was just showing some, this is the one with the pull tab. I'm going to show you how to do this one as well. And I think both of these are really fun. So if you want to see these and how to make these, stick around for that. Also, if you are here, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate it so much. So when you're doing origami, it's best to use like really thin paper weight, right? So like light paper, not this hard cardstock like that. They're really difficult to work with. And so you can use printed paper like this, and it doesn't have to be double-sided. If it's print on one side and plain on the other, that also works out because you can put like a nice little note on the back side or what have you, right? So I have here my squares. So if you have scrap pieces of paper, you can cut them down into squares, or maybe they're already cut down into squares. Any square shape will work, and the different size will determine obviously how big or small your heart would come out. So I'm going to show you two different ways. One, I'm going to show you without creases, and then the other one I'm going to show you with all the creases. So this one I'm going to show you how not to do it with so many creases, right? I'm just going to take that top and I'm gonna face it like a triangle, triangle shape, and I'm gonna bring that top one, I'm gonna fold it down to half of the middle here, okay? Just half, where those points meet at each corner. So like right in between there, we're gonna imagine there's like an imaginary line there. I'm gonna put that point down to that crease. Then I'm gonna take the bottom and put it all the way up to the top, the center top, right? So that point should reach all the way to the top center of the paper. And now here I'm gonna fold these two inwards to kind of form a crease, so we can have like our base of where these are gonna like meet and line up next. So just folding that in half to make that crease in the middle. And now you see that little line, that crease there, we're gonna fold along that line upwards. And now you can kind of already see that it's forming that heart shape. And this is super easy, guys. You can see how easy it is. In seconds, we already have our heart. Okay, so you can make a ton of these. You just want to make sure that these points are nice and even, and they're lined up nice. So you don't have a crooked heart, right? You want it nice and symmetrical, and all the points kind of like lining up and across the board, nice and even there. And then we're going to turn it around and just take those little pointy edges and curl them inward. So like fold them in, and that's going to make that nice round heart, the nice rounded heart shape. And when you fold these in, you want to make sure that they're also even with each other, right? Everything needs to look very symmetrical, and even on both sides. And now we're going to go ahead and fold in those little points on the corner sides. They're, again, paying attention and making sure that they're nice and even. And yeah, you can play around with it. Just make sure you don't have to press down so hard, the first time around when you're making these creases, just so that way you have some wiggle room. And that is your heart, your basic origami heart. You can make these within seconds. I'm telling you, they're so quick. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this one. This is a 6x6 paper sheet, and I'm going to go ahead and make an X. So I'm going to fold it that way, and then I'm going to fold it again, triangle shape the other way. So we're going to have like this X shape in the middle. You see that? And then I'm going to put the point again facing towards me like a triangle. So same thing I did before. And I'm going to go ahead and take that top one down to the middle there where that crease is. And now the bottom one all the way up the same way we did the other one to the top. The only difference is I didn't do that X shape with the crease before. Because if you do that, it'll make a crease in the heart in the front, as you can see here. It's very light, but you can still see it. So yep, we just lift those two panels up like so. And I'm just making sure that they're even with each other, lined up nice and even, and that's our heart shape. Now you're just going to go ahead and flip that around again and tuck those little pointy edges inwards. The only point you really want to have is that bottom part of the heart, right? So every other little point, we're just going to tuck that in inwards like so to make it that nice round heart shape. And I'm just going to take you in a little closer so you can see how I'm doing that. I'm just meeting the bottom of that paper there. And then this one I'm taking inwards as well. I'm just using my bone folder to get that nice crease really deep in there at this point, because I do want those flaps to stay down. And that is it. And now I'm just checking to make sure the front was even. I had that little piece of paper sticking out there, so I just wanted to push that back in again. And yeah, just play around with it, and you'll have a lot of fun doing these. They're super easy. If you have the 6x6 paper pack, or any kind of scraps lying around, any kind of square shape, or you can even cut down some of your scraps into squares, then that'll work. So yeah, super fun, easy one. And you can add these into your journals and make them into pockets. That's what I'm going to show you here shortly, how I add this into my journal and make it into a little pocket where you can tuck stuff into there, in that little area there. And I'm just going to glue the back there and then put that in my book. So now I'm going to show you this one. And this is the little pull tab note one. And so you're going to start off with some printer paper or any rectangular paper that you may have, like from a book or whatnot. And we're going to fold that in half, just like so. Okay, so we're folding that right in half. Very simple. And now we're facing it towards you upwards, and now I'm going to take those two top corners and fold them into the middle crease there. We're going to make sure they're nice and even, lined up nicely, and right there in the middle you want those two to touch and be nice and even. And so the top you also want to be even as well. So make sure you're lining up the top and the bottom evenly here. And what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. So that rule applies, right? So now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing that we did to the top to the bottom of the paper. And we're just repeating a lot of the steps here. So that is it. So now we're going to go ahead and fold those two in like a triangle shape. And once you start doing these, they're super easy. I'm telling you, you're gonna get this and love them. You're gonna send all kinds of little notes this way. So now we have the 2 points facing up and the bottom, like so, and we're gonna take the two sides inwards, like so. So, like I said, what we do to one side, we do to the other. And we're gonna go ahead and fold that inwards towards each other. And now you can kind of already see this forming, right? So I'm just evening that out with the bone folder again. I mean, you could do it with your hands. When I was in high school, I didn't have a bone folder, so yeah, you technically won't use one. So now, again, I'm just folding the top in, like so, into that triangle shape. And what I do to the top, I'm going to also do to the bottom. So the same thing I did here, I'm going to flip it and do the same thing to the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to fold that top down into that triangle shape there. And yeah, this is so fun, so easy, right? Okay, and so you have something like this, right? This little rectangle shape. And you could do a little note there, or you could write in the inside, whichever you want to do, right? You can write wherever you like. Have fun with it and create whatever little note you want to write. So I was going to write something there, but then for the time and sake of the video, I decided to not write anything. But yeah, if you're writing this, gonna send this off to someone, you can write a little note there and so on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fold that not in half. So disregard that. I'm gonna fold that point, into like the bottom. You see where it's like that way. Yeah, kind of to where that meets. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side and fold that inwards to that end where that crease was. And you can see that the point at the bottom kind of is flushed to the bottom there. So that's where you're going to be folding. And then that's pretty much it. We're going to fold these little corners inward, and then that's going to be our pull tab. So you see here, just pick a side. We're going to push that corner into one side. And then we're going to go ahead and put this side in there. And voila! Just like that, you have the little envelope with the pull tab, right? Little note, origami note with the little pull tab there, and so on. And so now I'm just creasing all those edges to make it nice and flat. This can go in a nice flat mail envelope as well. It's not very bulky again because we're using that flat lightweight paper, right? And so you can just put like pool here or whatever little note you want to write there. It necessarily doesn't have to say pool here, right? Um, that's just kind of, I mean, if the person already knows to pull here, then it's obvious. You don't have to write that. And then on that one side, I just wrote to and from, and then you can just decorate it however you like, right? So have fun with this. I mean, this is just like the basics, right? You can really go all out and decorate this however you like. And so I have my journal here now, and I kind of want to show you real quick how I'm gonna put this in here, like just some ideas of how I want to put this in here. So right here, you can put it like in a pocket like so, or you can put it on the outside like that. I mean, you can just play around with it and really just put it however you like in here, right? On the top, that doesn't look right, but yeah, I was just playing around and figuring out where I would like to put this. But I think like maybe over a pocket or inside a pocket like this is probably the best way. And so yeah, I'm just finding, okay, I found this little pocket here, and that's how like I would slide it in over inside a pocket like so. And so now with my origami hearts, I have this spread where we went to the Cherry Blossom Festival, and I thought this paper went really well with these cherry blossoms. And so I wanted to just add this origami heart as a pocket here on this paper. I was going to do some journaling here, but I guess I never got around to it. So yeah, this will go perfect here. So I'm just going to show you how I plan on putting this in here. I'm just gluing the back, and then whatever I tuck or any little papers will go inside there. So I'm just gluing this backing straight into the book. And actually, you don't want to go over those corners, the because if you want to open the heart, then those corners need to be loose. So just glue around those corners. Actually, you're gonna see that I'm trying to open it and that it's not opening fully because I glued those corners. So the top ones, yes, you can glue those down so they just don't get snagged in the paper when you put them in. So those top ones you can glue down, but the two sides you kind of want to leave those open for if you plan on opening the origami heart while it's in there. I'm going to show you in a second what I'm talking about. And so yeah, I just glued the back on there, and then now if I want to open this is pretty much how it'll open, right? So I'm gonna show you now. I'm trying to open the origami. Oh, okay, first I'm gonna put this in the pocket. So yeah, I was just showing you like you can add things into the pocket, right? Like, so there's many things you can do with this. And then also if you want to open it and kind of just write like a little note or letter right there, you can still open it as long as you don't glue in those two side corners. Like I told you, I glued that one in and it was kind of sticky right there. So next time, yeah, don't glue that corner in. So now I know for the future, don't glue that little corner in. If you plan on opening it. If you don't plan on opening it, then yeah, it's fine. But I kind of like this interactive little origami heart here, like a pocket, and I think it just adds like another little detailed element, like a fun interactive element to your journal. I really like this. And so later on, I'm just gonna probably do some journaling in here, and yeah, I think this is really fun, and it gives you some ideas of what you can do with yours as well in your journal. And then I can also write in the back of this little paper here and just slip it in there, or I can put a picture there on the other side, and then slide that in there as well. And so on the other side, you see I have like a piece of vellum there, and this is my daughter at the festival that day. And it just so happens that before, I think, I don't know if it was this year or the year before, there was like a storm and like all of the cherry blossoms kind of like blew away. You can see that tree there. It's like, I don't know if that one is like just blossoming. I think that one specifically might have just been blossoming, but I know every time we go, it's like either a storm passes and the trees just like all the blossoms are gone, or like it's just blossoming, like they're just coming out. So I need to catch it when like all the cherry blossoms are like on full bloom and go down there to DC and take all those really nice pictures of all the cherry blossoms. But yeah, I had this other little small heart here and I kind of want to added it. I wanted to add it to this page as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue the back of there and then just put it in that little corner of the book. And yeah, I think it's super cute. You can just add different ones, maybe different color papers or patterns. And I think that looks really good there. And so, yeah, it's just another idea. And then I want to show you, I have another one that I also made, and I kind of attached that to the other little envelope. I'm going to show you here in a minute how I added both of these together. And I have this vellum paper here with some cherry blossoms. I thought it went really well. And yeah, so I have this other heart here, and I was thinking, should I add it here? I wasn't sure if I wanted to add it here or somewhere else. And I was like, nah, I think the two hearts here are really good. And we can just use this heart, like I said, right here. And so I glued it down into the middle here like so, and it kind of just makes an extra element to this pull down tab, and you can add a little note there for the recipient, and I think that looks really cute too. And like I said, there's so many different ways and different things that you can do with these, so many different fun origami things you can add to your journal. I just wanted to give you a few ideas that I came up with and was thinking about after I found all these little notes in the garage. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and maybe we'll create some of these and put these in your journal, or maybe even send some off for some happy mail or to a friend or spouse. Yeah, or even a grandchild or your son or your daughter. I mean, I think it's really cute. You can add these to like a little lunchbox, a little note for your child to receive. I think it's really nice to do those little things. And yeah, so if you made it here to the end, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys hopefully soon in another video. Maybe we'll do another one of these origamis or something else, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, so I love to read the comments and respond, and yeah, so this was a lot of fun, and I hope you create a bunch yourself. I will see you later. Bye.